Guess who's back? Back again. Chief is back. Tell your friends. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Chief is back. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Da 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 da. What's good with y'all boys? I'm not finna lie, it's pretty late as a mud trucker, but here's the kicker. This video could be a montage of like good clips or like me, don't mind the background. You know that already. Stop that. But it's like I could make this a montage about like really like pretty much like a normal good clip, but no. I got some couple good standard games in. So this is me kind of ranting, but in the way before I rant, I would say this. I'm actually a good player. Like I'm actually good, and of course, like I said, like really a minute ago, I can make this a montage clearly on just a good clip strictly. But I figured, why not do that? Why just yap for 37 minutes about Siege? But I don't want to jump to tump. Tump to tump. I don't want to jump, bro. I don't want to, bro. I don't want to jump. I don't want to, bro. I'm still doing it wrong. Fuck it. I don't want to jump to like back and forth with topics. So I'm gonna say this. Like I said, I'm actually a good player, and I want to stay on topic if I'm gonna be mumble jumbling between conversations. So here's the thing though, with my mind with playing like, bro, really nigga, like with my mind actually like playing like comp in a way. When I say comp, I mean like competitive. It can be in any shape or form. It could be unranked, standard, quick match, or going against good players. You're gonna play comp. But point being is like when I actually play comp, I do get drained way too fast. And that's why I feel like I'm never gonna get game pass to play rank. So excuse me. With that being said, in the future, I probably won't play rank until I get a PC, and that's gonna be a quick minute. So for the console, I'm not gonna play rank. So best believe I'm gonna be what? I think I'm a copper 5 or 4 with a 1.2 KD. They ain't shit because I haven't played a lot of games. And I only played 9 games and I'm a 1.2. They ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? That's not nothing. Anyone could play for 9 games and have a better KD than me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, long story short, I'm gonna probably not play rank on console. So when I get PC, I'm gonna probably play rank on there and then go from there. But I'm gonna probably do some mumbo jumbo here and there and just rant about some small things about Siege, And really importantly, my gameplay. I can say my gameplay is pretty cool. And long story short, once again, I'm not gonna probably edit shit out. I would, but like I'm gonna probably like do some small titles, small pictures, small stickers. Like I said, I'm doing a 37-minute video. I'm gonna probably put some words, some pictures, some stickers. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. But anyways, like I was saying, okay, I'm gonna slow down. Like I was saying from before, my gameplay is pretty decent. When I say decent, when I'm actually logged in, I don't want to like give out names because that's where like the BS comes in. I can probably say like if I'm actually trying, I'm like a maximum like emerald, like max, like gameplay is emerald, but game sense is diamond 1. Sort of got it is. But anyways, I feel like with Siege in this current meta of like not about cheaters, that was the other video, like cheaters and like just people learning, new players, old players, just not giving a F about if they're winning or losing, trollers, trolling, griefing, what's it called again? Voice abuse, chat abuse, all that goody stuff. Like it's Siege. But I would say this is a game where it created a community where you have to be civilized. Like, there's no other game that you have to sit in a lobby full of people for more than an hour just to hear them bitch and moan. Sorry, YouTube. Like, just to hear them bicker and like cry about the small things. And I must say, COD has the same aspect, only because you have S&D. And I'm not gonna say TDM or free for all, because free for all I think it just has proximity chat and then plus Warzone, but forget that. But then again too, I say S&D because Siege and S&D plays a big role, not have a big role, but they are similar in their own ways. I'm gonna touch on that, but let me get this out of my mind real quick. I bring up COD because I feel like, including TDM and then S&D, you're in a match for a pretty long time with the same people trying to win the game and rack kills, especially TDM. I feel like with TDM, it's like people take that so seriously, and for me personally, I don't take it seriously unless there's an actual tryhard on the enemy team. I only take TDM seriously on COD if there's like a stack on the enemy team that's very good, or it's just a very few people who just run meta, who just run meta and be so awkward and weird. So that's the only time I might take it seriously. I won't rage, but I might put a pep in my skill, a pep in my step, maybe a pep in my like aim, you know. But for S&D, you already know at every end of the round, there's always someone talking shit. And what if they add that in Siege? At every end of the round, you can let someone talk shit. That'd be crazy. And then for pros, I don't know. Why did I say that? I don't know. But I think it'd be a dumb idea to do that. But anyways, it's like, if S&D is doing this thing where every round that's ending you can talk trash to your teammates, that's sweet. That's cool. That's awesome. You know, you have a leverage of like honestly like getting better. I mean, I won't even say leverage. Let me scratch my head real quick, cause why the hell do I see the same clip twice? Anyways, I don't care. But I won't say leverage. I'll honestly kind of say like, like I don't know, like you can get the taste of like the enemy's energy, because don't get me wrong, once you get in someone's head, they're gonna automatically like play horrible, and that's with any game, especially Siege. So it's like once you're in their head, you're gonna play horrible. And then on top of that, with toxic teammates at that in any game, it makes the game way worse and unplayable because you have toxic teammates. It's like, bro, you don't have to be on my dick 24/7. Sorry, YouTube. Like, you don't have to be on my cock jocking it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, I'm gonna be mumbo jumbling back and forth. But let me say this: I've never came across a female Siege player. I lied. I have, but they all been toxic. One had one gay best friend, another one was just obnoxious, and then the other, they were just like a egotistical female. And I love my females, like I love all of them. But like, damn, like it's Siege. But hey, but to come to that, I feel like with females playing Siege, and I say Siege, not gaming, I say Siege, only because it comes to a point where it's like, these guys actually cheat. These guys actually do these things. Like these guys actually do what they do just to show out. And like it's crazy because like you're doing all of this for girls' attention. Like okay, pretty cool. Like at most you're gonna probably get like a good job, or probably at default you might get like a like nice kill. You know, like at most like you won't get her number. She won't talk to you. You're not getting her Snapchat. You're not getting her Instagram. She definitely won't. She ain't gonna add you. So it's like, why are you doing these things, bro? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, like you're good enough to like be like someone's assistant. Like, you know, bro, like you're not the front line operator I'm gonna pick if I need help. Like you're basically my assistant. Like you're gonna be my backbone. Like I say you be my, nah, that's a bad example. You will be the shoe to the roach. That might not make sense, but meaning. You will be the shoe that I use to squish these roaches. And you may think, well, I'm a big help because I kill roaches. Bro, you're the bottom of my sole of my shoe. You're not gonna be clean, bro. You're gonna be filled with gunk and dirty shit. Sorry, YouTube. Like you're gonna be filled with gunk because, bro, I can care less what you can do. You're end of the day you're a shoe. You know, like you have no meaning. You're useless. You're terrible. You suck. You're only used just to squish my fucking enemies. And that might not sound bad, but it's bad. Like bro, like it kind of comes it kind of comes off as an insult, but I hope it's not. Sorry. And a lot of things in Siege comes like about with like players actually trying, and then when they actually try, things don't go as planned. It's like, I'm actually trying. Why is anything not working? I don't want to like nitpick on that because sometimes I'm gonna lie, things do get out of hand when you actually try. But I would say this: if you're actually not doing a good job in Siege and you're actually trying, I think you need to change up the gameplay. Change up your sense. Change up how you approach the building. Change the game sense and the game mind of how you want to play Siege. Game sense and game mind is two different things in my book. Let me explain. Game sense is how you take the map, like how you analyze the map before you even walk in the building. It's how you visualize people might be in certain places, pre-firing. That's a game sense, but game mind is what you attack first. So before you attack something, game mind, your game sense kicks in on where to look at. So really and truly, you cannot have a game mindset if you don't have a game head. And I said two different words, like at most, but same thing. Hear me out. Because I always say this: you cannot be Bolo with good aim if you don't know where to look. And that's where it stands at. It's like you may push the building really good, but the things you're checking, like the things you're looking at, the things you want to look at first and last, it plays a big part in your gameplay. And then the game sense is pretty much how you approach the building. And I keep saying that, but because you need to know that. So it's like, if you're gonna push something, push it like you mean it. Don't half-ass it because you think or don't think something is going to happen or bound to happen. It's okay to die. And that's the number one big thing in Siege where I want everybody to accept. It's okay to die. You learn from the mistakes. You have a kill cam. You can watch it, see how you die. You can honestly call them out on certain things, if they're cheating or not. Even, I ain't gonna lie, the kill cam saves you a lot of time based on how you're dying or like what you're doing wrong just off a glimpse of a second. Or like, I think it's to 20 seconds tops. It's like, at most, what I'm saying is watch kill cam. Watch kill feed. You can analyze you can literally criticize your own gameplay on things you do. Like you might do the dumbest things at the wrong time. You might do the right things at the wrong time. You might get caught up at the wrong time. You might not do anything right or do anything wrong. So at the end of the day though, just watch kill cam. It can honestly help a lot in your gameplay and your game sense and your decision making on based on what you're doing and where you're at. So it's like, long story short, does kill cam really matter if it's in the game or not? I don't know. Does it? Maybe, maybe not. So it's like, let's just take it into consideration on thinking like, can I actually learn from my mistakes in Siege? That's the big topic there. Can you actually learn from your mistakes in Siege? And I'm here to tell you, you can. And how can you? Like I just said, watch kill cam. And then again too, it's like play AI, play T-Hunt. And importantly too, don't rely on the small things because the small things really matter. They do, but the small things can always distract you, like a drone, a mute jammer, for example, a Jaeger ADS. Something so small. And I say that because I'm tired of watching AIs be the last one alive, and they look at the ground. They're shooting like nothing. They're just looking at nothing. Did you ever have that moment where it's like a 1v2 or like a 1v3 and your bot teammate is looking at the ground and shooting mute jammers? That is the least of your worries. Can you leave the mute jammer alone and push this kid? And then when they shoot the jammer, they don't even drone. It's like, why shoot the jammer and not even drone? Make that make sense? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, at the end of the day though, you're kind of wasting my time and then your time to be exact, and then you're wasting the whole game just to throw and not do anything in your favor because you're shooting the small things. Like I said, the small things do matter, but they don't matter to an extent where you have to make them your priority. It's like, bro, it's a drone. Shoot it and keep it moving. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just stop. And honestly, to realize, like, leveling up on Siege doesn't really matter. Like, you can level up all you want. You get nothing from that. It's like, I can play COD all day. I can level up. And I'm gonna get all these things from leveling up. That comes from like weapon skins, camos, all these things. And fast forward now, but now Seed gives you badges. So it's not based on you leveling up, but it's based on what you're doing. And I kind of see that as a win-win because let's say COD, for example. COD only rewards you when you complete a weapon skin or when you level up like every like 10 times. So it's Apex. Like I think if you're new to Apex, every time you level up 5 times, you get a pack. Then it's 10 times, 20 times. So like every 10 to 5 times you level up on Apex, you have one Apex pack. And like COD, each time you level up, you get like a camo, a calling card, something that you achieve. But with Siege, on the other hand, you can only level up, quote unquote, in a way in badges if you do what the badges say. So it's kind of like something like that. You know what I'm saying? And I would say can Siege add calling cards, but they kind of do in a way, and they have backgrounds to it, and they're not even bad. Like TMI, I love my scars background on PS, but my PS is dead. Story time. You made me thinking, why are you on Xbox now? If I never said it, I'll say it again. My PlayStation broke. Why? Long story short, it was acting funny. I was wanna playing Apex and then it wouldn't load up. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna turn off the game, the whole system. I'm gonna unscrew every bolt in this bitch and clean it out. Literally, behold, it needed to be cleaned out. Dusty as a mother trucker. I found 4 bugs in that bitch and only got 2 out. And then on top of that, my guy, back then, way before I even opened it, I think my brother or me spilled something on the system, and then it like bled into the system, and then it made the fan so chunky. So it was just straight dirt and like mud on the fan. So I ain't gonna lie, long story short, I got frustrated. And then I just threw it away. Yeah, I kept all the screws and I kept the hard drive like in the system. Like not in the system, but I took it out of the system and kept it. So if I do get a PS5 or another PS4, I can like honestly unscrew that and then put that in, because long story short, it's worth it because it's gonna keep all my data. And you may think, why not just sign into your PSN app and then your PSN and then you be fine. I know that, but then again, my photos, all my clips, all my Siege clips, I was meant to upload like on YouTube. They're all gone. And you may think, well, you have Xbox for that. Yeah, if I get a PS, I'm gonna stop playing Xbox like on Siege. I might play Apex on it and Warframe, but Siege to be exact. So it's like it would be better to take that risk of unscrewing it again, or just going to like the proper store to make them unscrew it and then installing my old from the new, and then I have on my photos, my pictures and videos, and like I can still log in my PSN, and boom, I have it. GG's. But yeah, that is why I play on Xbox now. I don't play on PSN. Like I could have, but like bro, like if I would have just not did what I did, it would have been way better. But like I honestly got frustrated only because it was like bro, like I genuinely that day I wanted to play Apex so bad. But it didn't want to load up. It didn't want to like load in. Like it just got me frustrated. But it is what it is. I'm here now doing content on Xbox. And don't get me wrong, it's fun, but in a way that, like I said, like from the get go, playing calm, it gets hella burnt. So I like to rush in. Like, okay, I'm gonna say this. I feel like having the excuse to rush in is no excuse, but for me to rush in because my brain is mentally chalked in the way that I don't want to make the small things matter and just do what I know. That's like running into site, knowing what I'm looking at. That's like going inside the building, knowing where I'm looking for, or wait, what? Running into site, knowing what I'm doing, and then running inside the building knowing what I'm looking for. That sounds better. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it doesn't bother me when I die, but it bothers me to the fact that I know what's going on and I still die. That's the big issue. So you may say that makes no sense. It does. It's like I know what I'm doing to an extent where like, okay, this area is going to have someone here. So why drone? I'm gonna like run in that bitch. But minus the traps, minus the peaks, minus someone holding an angle, all that extra shit. I'm gonna regardless. I'm gonna run and like go inside because I know what I'm looking for. I like it's kind of having like a counter UAV slash like I counter UAV slash UAV in my brain. It's like I know what to ignore and I know what's definitely not true and what's true. And then again, I know what's true and like I know what to execute when I know it's true or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So on the end, that might sound like a tongue twister, but in my brain it makes sense because it's me, duh. But to make it like more simple, honestly, I know what I'm doing. That's yeah, that's just what I gotta say. And I think I've touched on this before, but it's like for like my new players, like don't let the drama like make you not play Siege. And I'm not gonna touch on it too much because I did make a video on that, just on that video. So it's like, what's the point of like just re-saying it all over again? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, like, but yeah, seriously, if you're playing Siege and you're new to Siege and you honestly want to learn Siege for what it can actually bring to your life and to your mind, and I say on the table, play Siege. Don't let this gossip, don't let the cheaters, don't let the trash human beings, don't let anything fool you on not wanting to play Siege anymore. Because Siege is a good game. It's a community. You can get together. You can meet people. Like, generally, I've met good people before. I've been in, like, I won't say stacks, but I've been in, like, quads before, trios before, Like, it's a good feeling when you have people your skill level, you know, playing the game with you, Like, I mean, I won't say no arguing because you're gonna argue regardless because, you have call outs to be angry about, someone not listening, peeking, like you have your excuses, but really and truly is like Siege is where you can play the game for fun and then you won't get criticized for it, honestly. And then playing for fun, okay, I'm gonna say this now. Playing for fun doesn't mean you play rank because you're bored. If you're playing for fun, in my opinion, play quick match and standard. No one in their daddy's life should take standard seriously. And I talk for the standard warriors. I'm not a fucking standard. I'm sorry, YouTube. I'm not a warrior of standards. I just play for fun, literally. But for those guys out there, don't listen to these standard warriors about you suck, don't play this game, play quick match, and they call you all types of names. I'm not gonna lie, ignore them. So if you're new to this game and you want to learn this game, at like the most competitiveness you can get is standard, and that can honestly help you. Do not play rank. You would have a bad experience. You'd be miserable. Don't play rank, please, please, please. Don't play rank. Meaning you can play rank. It will always be there. But when you're ready, play rank. If you're not ready, play standard, play quick match. You're not missing out on anything. Trust me, believe me, you're not. So yeah, but like I was saying, Siege has a good community. It does, like, it honestly has its ups and downs, but Siege in general, like, it's fun to meet people. People are like, I won't say nice, but they're respectful and they're respected, And don't get me wrong, we all have our bad experiences in Siege, but don't get me wrong, when they're not nice, they honestly respect you. It's like I've came across like plenty of like bad players. I won't be nice to them or mean. That's bad to say, but I would respect them, like based on their skill. And then, matter of fact, fuck skill. Sorry, YouTube. F skill. I'll probably not probably. I will. I will respect them based on their character. Like how they approach things, like how they're honest, how how their intent is like, I didn't know, or like their intent is like genuine, you know. I can respect that because you're new. Like, what else can you do? You know, it's like I don't expect you to be new to a job and then do everything like how you meant to do it. I mean, it's a job, so you're going to do what you need to do. But once again, that's IRL. This is a game. So this is not a job. So it's like if you're doing something wrong, it's okay. Learn from that. You know, like I'm not gonna expect you to do like a whole package deal of a 1v5 ace when you're new, and then your bot mentality saves you. No. Like, just saying that if that works in standard, it might not work in quick match. If that works in quick match, it might not work in standard. So that bot mentality can do so much for you if you just actually break out of that cycle and try harder, you know? So long story short, meaning like you're not gonna make everything perfect in your eyes. Thinking it's perfect in your eyes will only make it worse in other people's eyes, because it's not gonna work out like you think it is. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my opinion on people who play Siege or want to play Siege, new players, old players, you know, grinders or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I hope this honestly makes sense, you know? But yeah. Blah, 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 blah. And don't get me started on these tryhards. When I say tryhards, these guys be trying they dick off. And I'm not sorry, YouTube. They dick off. I'm frustrated right now. I'm really frustrated. Tell me why. I was playing against a certain Azami. This Azami, she wasn't cheating. I'm not gonna be doing that weird, oh, he's cheating shit. Like, she wasn't cheating. She wasn't being awkward. Mind you now, she was not being awkward. She was being weird. Everything she took, like to a gunfight, to a peek, and an angle, she aimed headshot level. And that's not the issue. Like, I mean, what you mean? I know that. That's the whole point of Siege, headshot level. I get that. But the way she made it happen, it's like she would sit in corners and angles, just sit there for days and just wait till someone to come across the screen. And I'm not gonna lie, each round she had like each round it was like 2 to 3 kills. Each round, 2 3 kills. I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. But then I'm looking back at it, it's like this motherfucker actually might be cheating. Why do I say that? Because everything she does, she wants to make it known that she knows where you're at. It's like she's going to certain spawns. She's moving a certain way. Not even a spawn a certain way. She's going to the spot where she knows exactly where you're gonna be at. And you may think that, well, bro, that's spawn, duh. I'm not here to fight and bicker and moan about if I'm wrong or right. It's the fact that she made everything so blunt. It's like, I get it, you're good, but can you not just try your dick off? It's standard. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't give up, but I didn't give it my all because it was no point. It was no point to the point where it was like, why prove my point to something that I know that I'm not gonna enjoy it, so I prove my point, you know? And then I'm not gonna sit here and boost my own ego and like, let's just say I killed her, you know, damn, slow down, bro. I got my revenge back. My ego would feel better, but like deep down I would feel worse because I just stroked my own ego and like I made this person feel better because I knew for a fact she's a good of a player, and then I was trying to win a game on standard, you know? It's like, I'm not gonna try on this shit. There's no point. Why is there no point? Because it's not none of my time. Like, this is my time. Like, I don't give a flying saucer. I don't give a hot dog can fly in your mouth and you can choke on it. I wouldn't care. That's how deep it was. So what? And this is a very important, a very important clip right here. Very, 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 very important. You guys, when I say guys, I say my AIs, my bots. I'm gonna sit up for this one. Rainbow Six Siege is not Call of Duty. the class you pick doesn't determine your role. I will say this again. The class you pick in weapons and attachments does not contribute to your role. And you may say, what do you mean by that, huh? Listen, if you're going Ash and you have the R4C with her 911 pistol, I think it is, no, maybe wrong, whatever, 911 pistol, you have breach charges, and then you have whatever scope on it. You are Ash. You're not fucking Jackal, you know? So, not to nitpick about bots aiming horrible and like this doing bot stuff. But my point is, you're Ash, you're not Jackal. Meaning, you shouldn't be in the back of your team looking at the ground trying to scan something. Or you shouldn't be behind your team just looking for ratters and baiters. When you look on Ash, like in the home screen at operators, it says front line. She's front line. So don't make it seem like you see all these other players use Ash differently, but then again, every Ash player, even like the average ones, they have everything in common. And what is it? They're moving super fast. They're not just moving, they're moving super fast. So, in the way that this Ash player is basically being abused for her speed, and honestly, she's being abused for how good she is. Understand that? And then in the other example, your Ace. You have his ACOG and a pistol and claymores. Your Ace. The team is going to wait on you. Don't use Ace like your Ash. Don't rush inside sight or in the building and die. My guy, we need this wall open, you know? So look at the fundamentals on not based on the class you have, but the character you're using. Once again, it's not Call of Duty. So it's like, bro, relax, calm down, know your role. So if you're a certain operator, you're gonna expect certain things. Like for example, if you're Ace, again, and you run inside and die, you would get yelled at, not because you're dead, only because you didn't do your job, aka your role. Get the wall. What are you doing? If you get the wall and just go away, that's fine. But if you're just running inside sight and not doing shit for the team, what are you here for? For the weapon? And that's where you get the misconception about like, bro, I'm just trying. I'm just a bot. I'm not that good. I get that. But bro, do your job. You're Ace. Read the description. He gets hard breaches, bro. Like he gets reinforced walls. We cannot win this game now because this wall is still hard. You know? Like it makes it like the small, like bro, like I said, the small things matter, but something like that, it makes you wonder, is Siege actually a TDM meta? And it does have its metas about TDM, I guarantee you that. So it's like, but then again, bro, like play your role. Like it's okay. Like I understand you want kills, but we want to win. So let Ash be Ash. Let Jackal be Jackal. And let Ace be Ace. So please, if you're playing an operator, play your role. And for defenders, not saying everybody can't roam, which is possible and impossible, but if you're a one speed, why you're roaming? Why? You have heavy footprints. You have heavy footsteps. Everything you do is heavy. So it's like, don't expect you to not be heard. You will be heard, you know? And that's why every 3 speed roams, because they're super fast and they have, I don't know, like a good reflex. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, it's just don't make that so hard on yourself on trying to be better than someone or trying to be good, but be good in an extent where that you know what you're doing and why you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? So once again, Don't be ace, run in sight, and die, and then don't expect someone to be mad at you. Because I'm not gonna lie, they will be mad at you. Why? Because you're not doing your role. So do your role. It won't hurt a fly. Trust me, it won't hurt nobody. Trust me. So if you want to rush, go Ash, go IQ, go freaking, yeah, Jackal, But Jackal, remember, scan. But if you don't want to rush, don't go Ash. Don't go IQ. Don't go Jacko. Go someone else that has a slower pace. Go on Monty. Well, every shut up rushes or whatever. But still, you know what I'm saying? Like, go Monty. Go Blitz. Like, go someone at a slower pace that you like. Go the slower place. Go the slower pace with an operator that that serves that purpose only because you know why you're the operator. You know what I'm saying? You are this operator because of what? And then you have your reasonings. You know what I'm saying? So long story short, don't take it to like heart when someone gets mad at you or yells at you because you're doing something different that's kind of unexpected. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't make it a hassle. Like, honestly, really and truly, make it a priority that you're not doing default shit. Sorry, YouTube. Only because like you think that's gonna work, bro. I'm telling you right now, again and 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 again, it's not going to work. It's like, bro, you can get all the kills in the world, but once you die, we're back at square one. The wall's still hard. The castle's still up. We have to physically melee it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, our only chance of winning is dead because you want to get kills. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you can get your kills. That's good and all, but we need to win this game. You were our only hope. Like, we can't get wall no more because like you're dead. Like, we can't find traps because you're IQ and you died. Like, we can't do these things no more because you just wasted your time on trying to honestly, really and truly get killed and have a good KD. And I'd be for real, if you want to get picked up from most stacks, KD don't mean shit. I'm not gonna lie, these guys be carried, these girls be carried. The big thing about getting picked up is having a good mindset. And a good mindset gets you wins, comms, communication, chemistry, synced, But yeah, like always, have fun. I'm done yapping and G. Jeez.